the slides up, I just had my notes for each slide. 45 minutes and 22 seconds.
Dude, sick.
It is a really pretty place, honestly. Most of my experience with Vegas is the Strip, so the answer is I'm over that piece of Vegas, but there's more to offer here, which we're gonna explore a little bit. Yeah. So the Vegas everybody else knows, no, I'm not a big fan, but we'll see if we like the other side.
Just so people have more context, what are we doing here this week?
Yeah, so we're in Vegas right now. I'm giving a speech at the oldest chiropractic convention in the country. Parker, 75 years old, and they hit me up like 6 months ago. Yeah. And they were like, hey, would Matt give an hour keynote speech? And then now we're here.
Have you done a speech before like that?
No, nothing like this. I gave like the commencement speech at my old high school a couple of years ago, but that was like a 10, 15 minute thing, completely unrelated to this. So yeah, but then it was like, yeah, so I was on the road for like 3.5 weeks, wedding, house hunting, then company annual, and then we had to go out to the Super Bowl for While on Earth. And then my check ride, my pilot's license test got booked for like a week or two right after that. And then I was like, all right, I got like 3 weeks to prepare for this speech. And then I got scheduled for my check ride. And I was like, oh shit. So I went straight from like, I don't know, 2 weeks of just like 8-12 hours a day in the office studying for that and jumping into this. So I'm ready for a break. I'm ready to sleep in and just be bored for a day. Change the order of some of these slides. Feels so bad. It's like calling our finance guy, be like, hey, I need help with PowerPoint.
And then also,
You got to change it in the PowerPoint. That's
Yeah.
the PDF, yeah.
and then all these are like my notes for the teleprompter.
Chief, how many people are going to be there?
Up to 5,000. So probably like realistically a couple thousand. I think the total attendance is around 5,000. So not small. I don't know about him, but like, when I've spoken to crowds, the larger the crowd, the less stressful it is.
Yeah, you feel more the energy too.
Yeah, and like when you're speaking to like 100 people, you're like, everybody is watching me. When you're speaking to 2,000 people, it's like, whatever. I don't know anybody here.
Do you remember that one speech we did? It was in DC. You and I did a panel, and it was for a brand I was working with, and it was like, I think they just like didn't have anything for me to do, so they showed up for this. We went to DC. Dude, they had O'Keefe and I do a panel over their lunch hour.
Oh, yes.
And it was like 90% of the attendance left to go get lunch. And then there was just like this random few, so there's like 50 tables in this like convention hall. And there was like 1 or 2 people sitting at each table, and all we could hear the entire time was people's forks hitting their plates. It was so unrelated. I don't know why we were there, but that had to be the strangest.
I agree.
Because you're like, there's like 50 people in this room, and none of them give a shit.
Well, that's it. I think the smaller crowd, you like see the response more like
for sure.
It's like more prevalent. Are people engaged or not? And when they're not, you're like, oh Jesus, like, do I need to like do better or what? Big crowds, no big deal.
So I'll read this blurt. That's good. Hello.
How you doing, guys?
Good. How about yourself? About ready to go after a couple more dry runs.
Well, the visuals are fabulous.
I changed the order of a couple of of the sections for the speech. So Keith and I this morning just went through. I don't think we made any edits to the slides themselves. Just literally shuffled around the order of a couple of them. I didn't know. Like, do you want me to just kind of stand up, pretend like I'm on stage, and just kind of do the whole thing, start to finish?
Yeah. Can you tell me which slides you switched around?
I basically went through and like wrote out what I want to say for every slide, just so I can kind of read through it.
So what are they going to have? A monitor sort of on the stage facing you?
I think kind of like a teleprompter style.
Yeah, so there'll be TV facing him at his feet, and then there's obviously also behind him as well.
Yeah, then she was asking who's gonna change the slides.
We're getting all that information when we meet with them on the AV check.
What concerns do you have about doing this, Matt?
Nothing in particular, just kind of, I think probably the biggest fear is just having a brain fart on stage, but then it's like, okay, well, that's why I have the teleprompter, and it's like, if I miss a section, no one else is going to know except me, so. All right, guys, today I'm going to talk to you, I'm here to talk about the power of purpose when it comes to pursuing a goal. Resilience is going to pop up on the bad days, when your insecurities are getting loud, when self-doubt is building up, and it just feels like things aren't going your way.
One is no good without the others. You want them leaving the room with your message in their heads, not your answer to somebody's dumb question.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I could get myself worked up if I wanted to, because it's like public speaking is terrifying and like my least favorite. Just being in front of a group of people is like, that's a rough one for me.
How are you, dude?
Good.
How you doing? Matt,
To meet you.
Matt, you're gonna start with him, all right?
Yeah.
How are you? Cool. Is it okay if he does some filming?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, you can do it.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go get our credentials. I'll come back.
Where are you from?
From Cuba.
Cuba. You're gonna get a good haircut, bro.
Good. Thank you. Thank you.
Fresh, dude.
What's your Instagram?
I need to find friend. You can find me
Put it
here.
right here.
Yeah, I need to find friend. Yeah.
What is it?
You think you can make my hair look like that?
I think we can work
Or like
something out.
yours?
If I have to get introduced as the second fittest man, oh my god. I want that to fucking
First time I looked at Sammy, it was like 30 seconds after that. Every time. I can't watch that sprint video without little goosies.
What goes through your mind when you watch a video like that?
I mean, it's cool. It's like a home video. You know, it's like, it's very nostalgic. You know, there's little pieces that I'm like, oh man, like I don't want to go back and do it again, but you know, like crossing the finish line and just fucking hammering your chest and just telling the crowd like, that's right, motherfucker. Like, yeah, what's not sick? But at the same time, it's like, I've been there, I've done that, you know, like I've had 10,000 people on their feet cheering for me. I've slammed my chest in front of crowds and like, I did it. And I did it a lot. Like,
No other way to put it.
I mean, it's no different than, you know, like what you're going through right now. If like your kids are growing up, leaving the house, and like I'm in the stage of having babies at home. And it's like, yeah, I'm sure in 20 years I'm going to watch an old home video and I'm going to miss those times. But it's like, all right, you want to do it again? It's like, oh, fuck no. No. I'm not. I did it. I loved it for what it was, but I'm glad it's behind me. Yep. A couple times and I was like, all right, this is fun. And it's like, yeah, if you live near a track, like this is the move.
You're making me nervous right now.
Tomorrow with the...
Yeah. When we go back to Vermont, I'm gonna do it with the crew tomorrow. We have a bunch of members coming in up to the Vermont gym, so I'll probably dive in on this madness then.
Echo bike, and then maybe on like the last station do like back squats and strict pull-ups or something. Just like light back squat, like
Oh, dude, totally.
like 225. We are at Camp Rhino CrossFit in Vegas. We're gonna grab a quick sweat, just kind of like shake off all the travel and time zone changes. And then we're gonna watch Alex Gazan do the open workout. And then we're heading back to the hotel, get ready for this speech. A minute and a half, or like minute 20 on the first round. Just see where I end up and then just try to repeat that. Most people would think it's a lie. I remember the 2014 games, you back squatted 315 for 20 reps.
And then you told me don't ever do that again.
the founder and chief product officer of HWPO Training and a retired professional CrossFit athlete. Matt's mantra, hard work pays off, as the HWPO, for those of you that might be sleeping, guided him to become the most decorated and dominant athlete in the history of CrossFit. Ladies and gentlemen, to bring your next speaker out, we've got a little sizzle reel for you to watch. Check this out.
I know it's hard to answer. How much does it mean? How much would it mean to come in first?
Everything. I've never had anything that I focused on 100%. That 100% of my efforts, from waking up to going to bed at night, was this. That's it. So it would mean everything. Second place. You're the fucking winner of losers. I swear. If I have to get introduced as the second fittest man, oh my god. I want that to fucking end now. I hate it. You know, that was demoralizing in 2015, you know. So that was just a whole year of working hard, busting my ass, doing the stuff that isn't fun, knowing that down the road, when it counts, when people are watching, that's when this is going to pay off.
Matt Fraser and Ben Smith in a foot race. Are you kidding me? What can this guy do? Matt Fraser is going to win his heat. It's him, the clock, and the crowd. Second win of the weekend for the points leader, Matt Fraser. Matt Fraser once again continues to be the unstoppable force. Matt Fraser's dream has gone from Olympic gold to now CrossFit gold. The dream is becoming reality. Seconds, no more. Matt Fraser is the fittest man on earth.
Ladies and gentlemen, put it together for Matt Fraser!
Oh, man, that video gives me the feels every time, man. How's everyone doing today? Throughout the entire 2015 season, I cut every corner that there was to cut. I thought the results were a shoe-up. I thought I just had to show up and I was gonna get what I wanted. The entire season, there was no plan, there was no routine. I only trained hard on days that I felt good. If I showed up at the gym and I was sore, I took it easy or I just took a day off. My diet was embarrassing to say at best. I was still a full-time college student. Out behind the university library was our Chinese food truck and a pizza truck. So that's where I got a large amount of my food, and I was so proud of my nightly pint of Ben & Jerry's that I promoted it. And I have an unofficial sponsorship in my hometown ice cream brand for the entire year. My body work routine was non-existent. You know, I only got body work done if I had an injury and the ass was already on fire. There was no preventative maintenance going on. And then my sleep schedule was just terror. I thought as long as I got 7 or 8 hours of sleep at night, that was good and I could check that box. So 2016 was kind of like my breakthrough season. Spoiler alert, I won. And it wasn't a fluke, or at least I didn't think it was a fluke. And I give you these early years context so that we can go back and compare the shift and the changes that I went through in between each one of those seasons. So same results, different emotions. The 2014 season, I got second place, and I could not have been happier. And then 2015, exact same results, second place again, and I was depressed. I didn't know if I wouldn't keep repeating anymore. I didn't even know if I was going to sign up for that next season. So what did I do? I had to go and find a purpose. I genuinely believe that finding your purpose is to define success for yourself. So to help me work through this and like kind of figure out, what the hell is the problem here, I grabbed a pen and paper and I locked myself in my home office. I didn't bring my phone, no TV, no music. I sat in silence for about 4 hours, just word vomiting all this paper. Oh, what's real like? And I always tried to act like a 2-year-old to myself and just keep asking why. Why was I so sad? Why was I so let down with the same results? Why? So after some more and more scribbling, a couple pages in, I was trying to define success for myself. And what I finally came up with at its absolute base was making myself proud, giving my full effort, a happy home life, and having some really cool stories to tell my kids. So once you're looking towards something and you find a process that you like, that works for you, stick it out, fight for it, and make the daily commitment to yourself, your definition of success, and make yourself proud. Thank you guys so much. That's everything from me. All right, that's a wrap. The speech went great. That was a ton of fun. We got to tour around the vendor village. That was exceeded all expectations. Now, me and the boys, we're going to In-N-Out. We are going to stuff our faces with some of the best burgers in the world. And then we're hitting the airport. We're catching a redeye back to Vermont. And we're hitting 26.1 in the morning.
Why are you so excited?
In-N-Out's my favorite.
Where are we going with?
Two double doubles, a fry, and a vanilla shake.
Are you doing the animal style thing?
No.